So nandito tayo sa Kia Lanang of Davao City, and kung titignan nyo, umuulan ng Kia Sonet. Isa sa mga Kia Sonet na nandirito yung kukunin namin. This is the 2025 Kia Sonet and color red. So we are back, my dear friends, in another Kia Sonet vlog. And marami tayong pag-uusapan dito. Bakit ito yung pinili namin na car? Na-test ride na rin natin siya and na full vlog natin. So this is probably an owner's review when it comes to this car. Una sa lahat, bakit itong pinili namin? Specifically is yung kanyang star map signature concept, which I think the Kia and the Hyundai are using when it comes to their headlights. Yung tipong pulido talaga yung pagkakagawa niya. Malakas talaga kasi yung headlight niya, so yung kanyang fog in addition na lang siya, kumbaga. Ma-identify mo rin si top of the line model based on its lightings, just like the repeaters, nasa side mirrors. Etong part na to, DRL, nagiging turn signal, at saka ito din yung magugustuhan mo kay Kia Sonet kasi nga may adjustability or auto leveling yung kanyang ilaw. I'm very sure, my dear friends, na makikita ka ng ganito sa daan kahit na hindi ka naka-fog lamp, lalong lalo na tumulan. Sa gabi, mas maganda at saka mas kaaya-aya siyang tignan. Ang aking impression, para siyang UFO sa madilim. Kaya hindi na ako magtataka kung hindi nila ilalabas ang Black Sonet dito sa Pilipinas, kasi nga parang ang mapapansin mo lang talaga is yung kanyang ilaw. So design wise, it's not that weird, it's not that strange kasi nga matagal na tayo nakakakita ng Kia. But this one, my dear friends, beyond our norm. Yung star map concept talaga, masasabi mong it changed the design specifically of the car. Tsaka isa talaga sa pinakabentang benta sa amin when it comes to this car, and of the price as well, my dear friends. It has a self-start on its key fob, which is ideally, ayos talaga siya. Diba? So pwede mo nang palamigin yung car mo while you're still outside, and pagpasok mo, since it's leather wrapped, hindi siya yung tipong magiging mainit, kumbaga. It has lots of advantage, and I think that's one of the biggest deal para sa amin kung bakit namin kinuha to. Sabi nga ng kapatid ko, kung wala siyang key fob start, wag na lang natin kunin. Siya lang yung may black roof sa kanilang lahat ng Sonet, and siya lang din yung may sunroof. Diba? Amazing? And kahit na may sunroof siya, may roof rack pa rin siya kahit papaano. Performance, hindi basta-basta magpapatalo. Meron siyang 1.5 liter naturally aspirated engine, naka dual overhead cam po siya, and ang kanyang full power 115 horses at 6,500 rpm, 144 newton meters of torque at 4,500 rpm. Super snappy nitong car na to because it has the IVT or Intelligent Variable Transmission, which in layman's term provides comfort and yung tipong masasabi mong walang gaanong engine braking pag nagda-downshift. Meron siyang drive mode, meron siyang sport mode, meron siyang 8-speed automatic, and ang ating top speed nito kayang umabot ng 145 km/h, pero hindi pa nagre-redline. It's not the fastest 1.5 liter na mabibili mo, but it's totally fine kasi nagagamit mo naman lahat. And sa tingin ko, kaya niyang umabot ng 200 km/h, which is making this vehicle very intriguing if we are comparing this to the Toyota Race. And I just can't stop doing it on sport mode kasi grabe yung hatak niya. Mapagbigay siya, to be quite honest, my dear friends. Hindi siya madamot. Gusto ko talaga yung performance niya sa kurbada kahit paano. It's not as aggressive as my Mazda 3 pagdating sa kurbada, pero it's not that bad for subcompact. Thanks to its power to weight ratio, masasabi mong makakaarangkada ka nito. 1,081 kilograms lang ang kanyang curb weight, kaya hindi ka mabibigatan or kukulangin. Isang major selling factor niya is yung performance. 1,605 ang kanyang gross weight, so kahit puno itong car na to, which is nasubukan ko talaga, it can still perform. Medyo may pagka-stealthy siya, magaan din siyang i-handle. Actually, sa tingin ko, pagdating sa straight line, parang lilipad ka dito. Unlike the Mazda 3 na parang yung tipong zoom in talaga siya. Sporty ang kanyang tunog kahit papano. This vehicle has potential kung nagbabalak kang mag-modify ng exhaust. And ito yung nagustuhan ko sa kanya. bawat upshift at saka downshift, maganda talaga ang kanyang tunog and nakaka-inspire. Medyo may pagka-racy ang kanyang engine. Lakas lang, may defense. Yung tipong feel na feel mo talaga yung rev match niya sa downshift kapag binababa mo yung gear. Isa sa fun experience din itong car na to since it's having disc brakes both on front and rear. Kapag nasa 100 yung takbuhan mo, sudden brake, as long as you're not cornering, okay talaga siya. Kakagat talaga at saka napaka-komportable and panatag ka. Pagdating sa kanyang wheels, it's beautifully designed and sa tingin ko involved din ito sa kanyang performance. 16-inch alloy po tayo without any plastic cap. Yun yung advantage niya against other Sonnet. There's nothing to brag about the tires. It's made to last and it's quite cheaper than the high-end ones. If the road is not perfect, it's not your tire's fault. Hindi siya yung pang high performance kumbaga. Pero if you are cornering at around 50 to 70 kilometers per hour, kapit na kapit naman po and stable siya. First ride my dear friends, tulog ka agad yung pahinante ko kasi komportable talaga siya. Selling point niya talaga yon. Sa kanyang suspension, MacPherson strut po tayo sa may harapan. Torsion beam axle naman po tayo sa may likuran. Which is surprisingly comfortable siya at saka hindi matagtag kapag minamaneho mo. And this car right here my dear friends, it sits high. Not that high to be quite honest. 205mm po ang kanyang minimum ground clearance. It's actually practical kasi meron kang ganito kaliit na car na yung tipong hindi mo ma-identify kung SUV ba o hindi, pero mataas yung kanyang ground clearance. Kaya if you are speeding on lubak or uneven roads, pwedeng pwede. Rough road, pwedeng pwede din. Inakyat namin to sa papuntang Mandok. Kung aware ka sa lugar na yon my dear friends, masasabi mo talaga na hindi pwede si Mazda 3 doon kasi sasayad talaga yung kanyang ilalim. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. It's not a pickup, but it's a comfortable subcompact SUV. Meron siyang 45 liters gas tank capacity. Isa to sa marereklamo ko when it comes to the long ride. If you happen to drive like me, enjoying the performance that the car can offer, majority of highway, doing some cruise control on the straight, and a heavy traffic on the way and going back, nasa 13 km per liter lang siya. But if you drive like my brother, 20 plus km per liter is possible. That's just my experience my dear friends. Let me know in the comment section below if you happen to be a Kia Sonnet owner. And ang kanyang trunk capacity, 392 liters lang po. It's actually not bad when it comes to the numbers, pero if you are a Mazda 3 hatchback owner, napakaliit para sa'yo ng ganito. Parang kukulangin pa kumbaga. And kung pampamilya tong car na to, sa tingin ko medyo alanganin din. Kasi nga ayan, yung tipong mga maliliit talaga na maleta or dalawang malaking maleta yung ilalagay mo dito. So ayan. Anyway, this one right here, easily foldable. Ayan. Diba? Kaya okay pa rin. So far, isa yun sa pinaka-disadvantage na masasabi ko since I'm a traveler. This is a second car, so it's not bad. At least meron kang car na may trunk space capacity. At saka, meron ka rin car na ganito kaganda. Simulan natin sa likod. If you are 5 feet 6 tall, roomy naman siya and very spacious. By the way, yung seating nito is naka-sporty type talaga siya. Tipong malayo ng konti sa manobela. Balik tayo dito. If you are 5 feet 6 tall, ayan o, very roomy naman siya. And sa tingin ko kasya yung tatlong katulad ko na about 78 kilograms. Ang headroom okay din po. Hindi siya yung tipong sobra-sobra, hindi rin siya yung tipong maliit. Tamang-tama lang. Adjustable din tong headrest niya dito, kaya okay na okay siya. Magkakatalo lang talaga pag nakaupo ka na sa gitna. Actually kahit yung headrest niya rin dito maganda din eh. Ayan. Naangat mo yan, walang problema yan. Same thing as on this part, maangat mo siya. So I would say tatlong 5 feet 6 tall, around 78 kilograms. Pwedeng pwede dito. Very roomy and spacious. Ewan ko na nga lang talaga kapag apat. At saka isa sa maganda and ma-appreciate mo sa kanya is yung kanyang tan leather sa kanyang seat banda. Maganda po yung pagkakayari. Dalawang perforated leather po tayo dito sa kanyang kaliwat kanan na passenger seat. Sa may gitna naman, ayan, may cup holder, which is bagong-bago pa, mahirap hilain. Ayan, dalawang cup holder on this part. And materials, pagkakagawa maganda naman po and malinis, pulido kumbaga. Dalawang pouch dito sa may likuran din. Things to consider. Yung kanyang air vent sa likod, ito na po yung pinakataas niya. Ayan, sagad na yan. Usually kapag nandirito ka at saka itatapat mo ng pagganyan, ang tatamaan talaga is yung bandang leg part mo. But it's not that bad actually. Malamig po siya na interior. Babanggitin natin bakit mamaya. Lalagyan na ng phones on this part. Dalawang USB-C na saksakan, pwede. And dalawang bottle holder with a little bit more space on this part. Kabilaan din yan, my dear friends, may speaker din siya. Sa 5 feet 6 tall, sa passenger, highly ma-appreciate mo talaga siya. And yung mga umbok niya sa kanyang upuan. It keeps you intact, kumbaga. And it's a leather. And hindi siya basa-basa init kasi nga may self-start siya. So, it solved almost all of the problems that you have in a place like Philippines na mainit talaga. And kung titignan nyo, ayan, pwede pa natin sagad yan. Super sagad yan. So, kahit na matangkad ka, pwede pa rin. Anyway, I'll put it back as it is. As a 5 feet 6 tall, 78 kilos. And kapag kukurbada ka, well, intact ka yan. Hindi ka tatalsik, kumbaga. That's what I like about this car. Slightly different siya pagdating sa kanyang passenger kasi meron siyang cup holder on this part or bottle holder on this part. Ayan. Tapos very roomy din tong party na to na pwede mong lagyan ng baon or anything actually. Anything na kasya. Tapos meron pa siyang additional dito. Ayan o, na may lalim din. Dito naman sa parting to, katulad din dun sa passenger seat, pareho lang sila nung sa driver seat. Ayan. Tig-isang speakers po siya in both plus 2 tweeters. Compartment niya naman, nothing to brag and nothing to complain about. It's fairly spacious, my dear friend. Meron siyang center armrest which is maganda if you are driving in a long distance. And also, yung kanyang space hindi kadamihan na ayan. Just in case lang na magreklamo kayo, this is still a crossover. Ayan, itong slot na to, kasyang-kasya yung phone ko. And it's beautifully done. It's done with art and with sense, by the way, na iniisip talaga nila yung magiging driver. Dito, kasya yung 1 liter na bottle pero sagad talaga, isasagad mo. At least mga medium size na cup sa 7-Eleven, pwede. Dito naman, kasya yung mga malalaking bottle. Ayan, with a space pa. Anyway, pwede mo namang ilagay yan dito. Ayan. Dito, ayan, downhill brake control on. Pwede mo siyang gamitin para hindi ka mahirapan kapag pababa ka. Siya na yung magde-decide sa'yo, which is quite nice actually. Dito naman, ayan o, isang pindot lang ang ating traction and stability control. And that's it. Off mo lang, off on. Limited kumbaga. And aside from that, auto leveling ng kanyang headlight. And I have to mention the air vents, my dear friends, kasi isa to sa pinaka-practical na air vents na mapapansin mo. It's not just designed like this. Hindi po naka-portrait mode siya kasi naka-portrait mode naman ng tao, hindi naman nakahiga ang tao. So kung tatapat mo, yung buong katawan lang yung tatama, which is very smart if you're going to ask me. And this is what's beautiful about this car. Ma-adjust mo rin siya on this part and ng kanyang parking camera. Parking camera, wala siyang parking sensor, meron siyang rear sensor. And ito, meron siyang green, yellow, at saka red. Depende kung tatama ka na, which is quite nice. And galing kasi tayo sa walang camera na car, so para sa akin, adjusting with this car, very easy. And yung tipong more than enough sa nire-require niya sa assistance na kailangan ko. Wireless charging on this. Tapos, USB Type-C. And kung katulad nyo, kung na owner ng iPhone 13, ayan o, naka-lighting pa ako in USB. 12-volt socket on this part, no problem. The lever itself, maganda ang pagkakayari. Manual tayo pagdating sa kanyang park brake. Tsaka kita nyo itong parting to. Kapag kay Siri, pwede nyong utusan yung maps nyo para i-locate kung saan ka papunta. Pero sa tingin ko, mas nag-work siya sa Android Auto. This voice over right here, nakakatulong na hindi mo na kailangan mag-type while you're securing a location.
Where to buy makeup toys?
Here's what I found along your route for where to buy makeup toys.
Cruise control, standard lang po siya, hindi siya yung specialized talaga. So if you press it, pwede mong i-press up or press down to turn on the cruise control again, which is quite nice and very easy. At saka isa sa technology na ma-appreciate mo sa kanya is yung kanyang lane keeping assist at saka sa lane following assist. By the way, si SX lang ang meron nun. And isa sa magandang part niya is kapag pinindot mo to, ayan, iilaw yung parang manubela niya yan. Gagana itong camera niya dito, my dear friends. It's a sensor na masesense niya talaga kung may lane doon sa daan. Anyway, kung may lane or yung mga pintura na makikita mo talaga, mag-a-alarm siya if you are out of bounds or yung tipong lumalabas ka na sa lane mo. And isa sa maganda sa kanya, kung noob ka or beginner, pwedeng-pwede siya kasi yung lane keeping assist at saka lane following assist, it comes with a steering assistance as well, my dear friends. Ibig sabihin nun, kahit na hindi mo galawin yung manubela, mag-a-adjust siya para sa'yo. So I tested it. Don't try this with your Kia Sonet or any other car, my dear friends. Yung tipong matigas talaga siya and tutulungan ka niya while you're driving. It helps you perfectly actually if you're a student. Sa tingin ko lang naman most likely kapag bagong driver kasi hindi pong lalagpas talaga ng lane. And kung titignan nyo, kapag nakailaw na yung cruise control and yung kanyang lane keep assist button, ayan astig lang. It stays on its lane, my dear friends. It doesn't do anything else aside from that. And by the way, you may adjust everything here. Ayan, kapag ginalaw mo yung kanyang driver safety, lalabas yan. Ayan, yung kanyang lane safety, ayan din lalabas. You may turn it off if you wanted to. Mamumula siya kapag pinatay mo, pero we don't. And forward safety warning meron din, which is madidetect niya kapag may collision incoming, which is quite nice to be quite honest. And the warning volume, you may increase it. Ganito kalakas talaga pero para marinig talaga ng mami ko, pero I know, ito lang will be fine. Driver attention warning as well, my dear friends. Leading vehicle departure alert. Ibig sabihin mo, warningan ka niya kapag umabante na yung nasa harapan mo. Anyway, I would advise, don't be a distracted driver. Eyes on the road all the time. 2,119 kilometers na. 8,000 kilometers more to go, or otherwise up to 6 months. For me lang talaga, okay na okay talaga siya. Yung tipong hindi ka niya papahiyain. Design wise as well, kapag nakasulubong mo siya or nakabuntot siya sa'yo, iba talaga yung presensya niya. Ang warranty nito ma'am, lifetime?
5 years.
5 years warranty coming up from Ma'am Jess.
160,000
Kilometers. Kung ano yung mauna. So, in question of reliability, ayan na po. Stop. So, in question of the first things first, in question of the reliability, ito po, answered by Ma'am Jessica.